Welcome to another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and Johnny, tell them what they can do if they got some shit to say.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry, gents. I was in a darkness retreat. I was listening to Joe Rogan in my other ear. I didn't notice. But I suppose if you have something to say, you could probably stand at the podium and get your revenge. Or you could just leave a comment.
And for your first Couch Coach, we have the one and only Mr. 500. Mr. Bountiful Harvest. Rumor has it, he is now the number one member of the Aaron Rodgers fan club. He's a man of many names, but you can call him Johnny.
Yes, sir. I am coming down from a very wild Iawaska trip where I really got in touch with my inner child and healed my spirit that needed healing. I'm back from a vision quest, and I am ready to revitalize this podcast.
And for your second Couch Coach, we have Mr. Run It Back, Mr. Bucky Charms, Mr. All My Teams Do Is Win, even in a weather delay. You guys can call him Caleb. Here on Couch Coach, we call him Mr. Baseball.
How we doing, boys?
Oh, we're doing good. How you feeling tonight? How you feeling? Week 1 dub.
Feels good. I mean, feel a lot better in week 1 loss. And that's all you can ask for week 1. Doesn't matter how you do it. Get the dub.
Yeah, as a Broncos fan, I'm feeling the same way. And for your last Couch Coach, we have yours truly, founder of Omnipresence Productions, co-founder of the Couch Coach Pod. Some call me Akira, some call me Commissioner, but you can call me Coogii. And guys, week one was one of the better starts to the season that I can remember in a long time. From the Thursday night game to the game going on right now, at least second half permitting, every window had a game that was worth watching. Lucky for us, that gives us a lot to talk about. In this edition of Sunday Headlines, we have 6 headlines from week 1 of the NFL that defined the day. Headline 1, guys. A flock of Ravens crash land in Buffalo. Sunday night featured a battle between 2 Super Bowl hopefuls, the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. Despite the Ravens at one point having a 99% chance to win, they blew a 15-point lead, and Buffalo wins on a Matt Prater 32-yard field goal. Now, Johnny, Caleb, does this game change how you feel about either the Bills or the Ravens?
I guess I'll take the start. You know what I realized walking away from that game was something that it's taken me a while to do, but it's, I think, time that these 2 quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and then Josh Steinfeld, have fully separated themselves from Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is the top of the second tier, but the first tier is 3 men. That's it. And maybe it's because I felt a little spurned by having Jamar Chase and how anemic Joe Burrow looked on offense yesterday. Maybe it could be a lot of things, but when everything's right with Joe Burrow, it looks great. But you know who else, when everything is right, it looks great? Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think he's the top of the second tier, but they've separated themselves from me. And honestly, I think that I felt like there was a lot of parallels for me in our league, the three of our league. I lost this week in our fantasy league by 0.26 points. Really tragic loss.
Did that?
And when you lose like that, you start just going through your head of all the things that could have gone different so that you would have won. And I think the Ravens could find themselves doing that. If Loop makes that extra point, if Henry doesn't fumble, if they decide to go for it on that fourth down instead of punt it back to the Bills, what would have changed in that game? But at the end of the day, a lot of things could have gone different. Maybe some bad decisions were made. Neither team should feel, especially the Ravens, but I think both teams should feel very confident in how good they are. Because the Ravens dominated that game thoroughly for the whole thing. And the Bills proved that there is no mountain that they cannot overcome, theoretically speaking. So I think that both of them should feel really confident. I have a few more takes on it, but I'm going to pass it to Caleb, get his thoughts before we go deeper into it.
Yeah, I think if you're either team, you're feeling fine. At the end of the day, a really, really good team is going to lose, obviously, last night, no matter which way you draw it up. I think the problem now for the Ravens is just what's on deck for them. They have the Browns next weekend for their home opener, so that's a little bit of a reprieve. But when we saw the Browns defense, nothing to scoff at this weekend.
Good.
Yeah, so it's they're at home against a team they should beat. So they take care of business. Then they host the Lions, which we'll see how the Lions look in week 3, and then they're at the Chiefs. So it's definitely conceivable this team's 1-3 in 4 weeks, and after losing like that to the Bills, it definitely probably something that they're going to look back on with a little bit of regret. But at the end of the day, if you're the Ravens, okay, well, we can hang with anybody. We just got to clean some things up. For the vast majority of that game, they were very much in control. And then the Bills, you feel great. Obviously, you're 1-0, but obviously there's some things to clean up on that defense. So I think you can't put too much. Week 1 is just such a crapshoot. The Saints looked awesome last year, the first couple weeks of the season. So it's a little bit of you got to remember there's a lot of things left, but you also have to learn some lessons with every game you play in the NFL. So definitely a fun watch. Saw some takes. I think it was Bill Simmons. That might be the most fun matchup you can have in the NFL. I definitely agree. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson going at it for 60 minutes it doesn't really get much better than that in the NFL, I don't think.
Yeah, they're definitely the two most exciting quarterbacks to watch right now. It's not even a competition.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny how they accomplish the same thing in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and look, the Ravens offense was never really meaningfully stopped by the Bills defense until they were in and aside from the freak Henry fumble, which you will get once this season, and that will be one of maybe 2 max that you will get this season, and the other one is the final drive where the Ravens are in an obvious run-only situation, just get the first down situation, which can be a lot easier to stop. But through the whole game, they just never meaningfully could hold up the Ravens offense. So I think you tighten up a couple little things, you're good. The take I saw, and I fully agree with this, was the biggest detriment of this game that you could say was a mess up on the Ravens' part was that at the end of the game, John Harbaugh made the decision, I'm going to put the game into Josh's hands and not Lamar's. I could have put the game in Lamar's hands and say, go get me 3 yards. And instead he said, I would rather bet that the Bills just can't get into field goal range. And that's the only thing where you could say, do you actually like that decision? Right. But the big takeaway I have is, man, Kyle Hamilton is so good. Insanely good. That dude is phenomenal. On almost every big play the defense made, he is there. Keon Coleman, you guys saw, made,
good.
I think, the most important play of the entire game for the Bills, which was the bopped pass that falls down in the end zone, and he is ready to catch it. So I'm telling you that. And the interesting thing I realized was that Allen stopped throwing picks and turning the ball over so much when they got rid of a guy who demands targets on the team in Stephon Diggs. So, and I think that's why they never let Kincaid fully break out. And so it'll be interesting to see how they game plan for Keon Coleman moving forward, because it seems like they throw less picks and turn the ball over less when they don't have a guy who's demanding volume.
Right. No, that makes sense, because then he's not forcing it. And he, especially early on in his career, he was the type of quarterback that would try to do too much and force the ball a lot, similar to what I think we're seeing out of Brock Purdy a little bit, not to get off topic, but kind of trying to do too much, forcing some targets. Now, they don't have that same type of receiver who's demanding targets per se, but from the same perspective, just trying to do too much early on. But to this point, yeah, he kind of knows he can depend on any receiver. I mean, Khalil Shakur, where did he even come from, bro? Like, he makes some plays too, and I don't know where he went to college. I don't know where. Out of nowhere, dude. Like, he's just making receivers, and they learn to play with his style. I watched this when I watched in the playoffs against the Broncos. Like, these receivers might not pan out on any other team, but they've learned to play with his style of, hey, after 5-7 seconds, he's going to sprint out, and you have to carry that. You have to run with that and adjust that route. And they do that really, really well, especially coming back to the ball when he's scrambling. But I hate to say it, but the Bills look kind of good. I mean, the Ravens handled the game for most of the game, but when Josh Allen had to have it, he had it. And historically, we haven't seen that too much in big moments. So could be looking upward. But, guys, is this the year? Because it's only fitting. The Chiefs lost this week. Is this the year that one of these two teams takes the AFC crown from the Chiefs?
No.
I'll believe it when I see
Chiefs
it.
stock after week 1?
Hell no.
No?
Hell
You're
no.
holding?
I'm holding because it was a wild situation to find yourself in when the entire offense, I believe, was built around Xavier Worthy being out there, and suddenly he's not out there, and you have to pick up the pieces from there. And I think that their defense prepared for a run-heavy game, and Harbaugh and the offensive staff there outsmarted them and went, we're going to do a pass-heavy game, and they will not expect it. And so I think that there was a lot of weird factors that made it so that game didn't work out for the Chiefs. All that to be said, Mahomes looks as good as he ever has. He played phenomenally. Aside from like 2 missed deep balls, overthrown deep balls, he did not. He looks like vintage Mahomes. He looked better than he's looked in 2 seasons in the regular season. So I'm not going to overly concern myself. The Xavier Worthy injury is not serious. He'll be back by week 3 at the latest, and we'll see some improvement, I think.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to be a team that
they're last in the division right now.
A lot better. Yeah, they're going to look a lot better come December than they are. I mean, especially too, like, they're going to get Rice back. Like, they're going to look a lot different, heading into the playoffs.
Yeah,
but
their line looked a lot better aside from the dumb penalties, but their line looked mega improved.
Yeah, like maybe they don't. If those injuries really affect them, like, they got a tough schedule. They got Eagles this Sunday. They have Ravens in 3 weeks. So like they could, they might lose some games in the regular season, but I think, once that offense is fully clicking after a couple weeks, in November, December, it's going to look like a really solid team. But we'll see how that line holds up too. Obviously, that was a big question. So I don't know, but I think they're going to be a team that looks a lot different than we saw or that we will see these first 2 weeks.
Xavier Worthy's also, he's day-to-day, so he should be back soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dislocated shoulder, which is not a long timetable. That's a pretty short timetable relative to other injuries.
Just pop that sucker back in.
Right. So
no, seriously, something you used to back in the day, they pop that shit back in, put a brace on it.
Yeah, if it was a lower body injury, it'd be a big concern. But fortunately, it's not a long-term thing, and I think they're going to be fine.
I think they'll be fine, but I don't hope for it. Final note on this game, guys. Do you think the Bills won this game, or do you think the Ravens lost this game?
Bills won it. Because a lesser team would not have been able to take advantage of the situation that they were put in. They still had to drive down the field twice, and then any other team misses that 2-point conversion and the game is over. You know what I mean? There are probably 3 teams that could have made that drive, and it's the 3 juggernaut teams that could have made that 50-second no timeout drive for a field goal. Right. So I would say Bills won it. The Ravens made a couple mistakes, but a lesser team would not have been able to capitalize on them.
No, I think the Bills won it too.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Johnny. I'll say the Ravens lost it only because this is the type of game that the Ravens are supposed to have no trouble with, where they have the lead. Like I feel like that's been a knock on them in the past, right? That they don't know how to play catch up. I mean, Lamar's obviously gotten a lot better as a passer. When they able to build a lead and run the clock out with Henry and Lamar, get where they're comfortable, that should be a game that they're able to close out with a 15-point lead. So I think that was a little bit surprising from that perspective, that should be a part of the game where the Ravens are a little bit more comfortable. Granted, it was the Bills, so it's a little bit of a different animal than your run-of-the-mill team. But from that perspective, I think the Ravens lost it.
Yeah. Lamar did nothing wrong.
Lamar played well.
Yeah.
Lamar
Perfect.
Played well.
Like insanely good. Yeah. So it's just that's why I can't say they lost. It was one freak thing and one extra point missed by a rookie kicker who made 6 other kicks. So it's like I'm not gonna worry too much.
Right. I mean, I don't think you worry on either side.
That's a game where 28 out of 32 teams on any given week, you're blowing them out with that score at the top. Like you're not blowing that lead. 99% chance. That means they do that 100 times. They should win 99. They just they got it on the wrong one. Russian roulette, man. They lost. Anyway, moving on, guys. Moving on. Rodgers Resurgence in MetLife Stadium. I'm sure Johnny's happy about this one. The headline. Jets fans waited 2 years to hear. Aaron Rodgers hits his resurgence in MetLife Stadium. The only issue is Aaron Rodgers plays for the Steelers now. He goes off for 4 touchdowns on 244 yards passing with a 73% completion percentage. And most importantly, the win, 34-32. Now, guys, I ask you, is Aaron Rodgers back? Or was this just a flash in the pan?
I think that he is... All right. I have a lot of thoughts on this game. But first, let me just say I'm feeling mighty immunized right now. Is all I'm saying. I'm feeling very immunized. I think that Rodgers' ability to get the ball out quickly, how quick his throwing motion is, and how fast he can still sling it, it serves him very well in this offense where the O-line is super weak. But you are going to have a lot of short routes because of how Arthur Smith schemes it up. So he's got the ability that you're going to have 3-4 open short routes that you can pick which one works the best. And Rodgers is still capable of doing that. The question will be, can he, against a team with a more lethal pass rush, can he actually still get the ball out quick enough in that situation? Because the Jets have a really good defense, but not a lethal pass rush. They have Quinn Williams, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like they have a good,
corners
as far as their
and-
pass rush is concerned. They've got Quinn Williams, and that's not really anyone else. That's a gnarly pass rusher.
Right.
So I think that in these situations, Aaron's going to do well. It's just when you start facing Myles Garrett and the Ravens front seven and, these teams where how are you going to measure up then? That's the real question. But it's just very funny to me that effectively these two offensively anemic teams from last year just pretty much swapped quarterbacks, and suddenly it's the highest scoring game of the week outside of the Sunday night game. Insane.
Crazy. No, for both those teams, that's a game you don't want to lose because those are two. Jury's out on the Jets, but usually those are two defenses that, you score that many points, you're going to win. But no, it was shootout. Justin Fields, man. Ooh. Now I think
he
Aaron
was
Rodgers,
used to perfection.
I think Aaron Rodgers is I think he's back. I mean, I said it on the predictions. You already know who my number 1 seed is in the AFC. You already know who my AFC North champ is. I said it before. Nothing has happened since I said that prediction to make me think anything different. I mean, the way that they used DK Metcalf yesterday was insane. I mean, they're using him on screens. They're using him better than I've seen them use any receiver since AB, as far as how they're scheming out for him. And then Jonny's going to be nice. So Aaron's got a cast. And he's got a run game. Now, Warren didn't play that great. And I'm pretty sure Caleb, I don't know, he got me negative fantasy points. So I don't think he ran that well either. I think he might have had like 3 yards, something like that.
He really doesn't. He didn't get really any work. It was a lot of Kenneth Gainwell.
I was gonna say Gainwell was doing some stuff too. I noticed they got
a lot of Kenneth Gainwell, a lot of Jalen Warren. They were really only using Johnson on mega change of pace moments and on special teams. Yeah. So,
but either way,
wasn't a ton for him. Oh, he had negative fantasy points because he fumbled on special teams. That's what it was. He fumbled on the kickoff on one of them.
Luckily, I didn't play him. But I mean, even him as a third back is not terrible. So they have a cast around him. They have one of the best defenses. They're not better than the Broncos, but they're top 3. They're top 3 for sure on any given day. So
yeah, they looked bad in that game.
No, they did look bad, but TJ looked good in certain moments. Like you saw the TJ you want to see.
Yeah, TJ was in there doing good. It just that I think TJ 3 years ago is not letting. Too. Yeah, TJ 3 years ago is not letting Justin Fields get to the outside
bro,
like he was, but
ran him.
That's the thing. I think TJ's just not as fast as he used to be, and so there's that little difference is enough for the one of the fastest QBs in the league to get outside of him. But he was causing a lot of pressure, and Ramsey came up with the biggest defensive play of the night at the very end.
He did. That was a great play. I think they stack up well at the division, too. I mean, Bengals didn't look too hot. Browns. Ravens are 0-1, so there's that. They're a great team, but they're behind you in the standings right now. So, I think it could be a great year for Pittsburgh. But my next question, guys, are you going to trust, moving forward, the Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson connection based off what you saw in week 1?
He'll get volume.
Good about it right now.
Yeah, he'll get volume.
95, 9 targets.
I do think it was really good that the offense was so run heavy that it opened up moments for Garrett Wilson to get loose. I think that's really what it was. If they stick with that philosophy, it'll probably work out for him.
I'm really excited about the Jets this year, guys, and I don't think a Jets fan's ever said that before. But Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson, I'm telling you, I watched it for 2 years at Ohio State. Like, there's just no way. I think it's like a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase connection. They're not as skilled, respectively, as those two players, but they played together. I mean, as long, if not longer. And they know each other.
They're familiar with each other.
And I think Garrett Wilson wanted something like that because you think about all the reports that came out last year, how he was mad because Devontae and Aaron were best friends. he's kind of like, man, I want a best friend throwing me the ball.
Yeah.
So he's like, man, I feel left out over here. So no, I think and they used him really well. The mix of the run, the mix of the pass, like you said, and he looked like what he was picked to be when he was picked a few years ago now at this point. But yeah, so I trust it. I trust it. What do you think, Caleb?
Update on the Bears Vikings game. Pick 6 for JJ. So not going too good. For the
JJ. Vikings. Spoiler alert: JJ looks like shit. But the other thing I didn't know is that Mason Taylor is Jason Taylor's son. Did you know that? Like the tight end for the Jets, Mason Taylor is Jason Taylor's son, Hall of Famer
for the Dolphins.
Yes. Hall of Famer, Joy Taylor's brother.
I was gonna say. I was about to say.
Yeah, Mason Taylor is Jason Taylor's son.
I wasn't worried about Jason.
I was kind of, blown away by that. Like, I just didn't know that. So
we're getting old.
That's crazy. I know we're getting old.
Yeah.
No, seriously. All these players that we watch get drafted have kids in the league now. It's like, dang. This is what it feels like.
I don't think we didn't really watch Jason Taylor get drafted, but
we watched him.
You get the point. You get the point.
Watch him play.
Do you guys think that if the Jets play like they did yesterday, guys, that they can compete for the AFC East? They're not saying win the AFC East per se, but they can show up, give a little bit of a fight.
They could be the second best team in the AFC East, but they could also win 6 games and be the second best team in the AFC East.
Yes, they could be the second best team. They could very easily be the second best team. If you say the offense literally looks that good every time, they could compete. Do I think it's going to? No, because as more film comes out, teams will be able to tool up for them better and better. And it will, eventually it's going to hit a wall where they're going to have to come up with something new. So I don't see any realistic world where you're competing with the Bills within that division, but they certainly could win the division win the second place in the division, and that would be something I didn't see coming.
Yeah,
that would be a big victory. They win 7 games, 8 games. That's a victory for the Jets.
I mean, because the Patriots are supposed to be second,
is it though?
Right?
Picking at the end of 15th or whatever. Is that a win for the Jets?
I think it's a win in the sense that it's a great start to the Aaron Glenn era.
I was gonna say he shows that he can kind of because as a coach you don't care about that pick, to be real. Like you might not be there for that pick if it's too good.
Right. But I think as a Jets front office,
it's like Antonio
might
Pierce.
Be happy with Glenn, but.
Antonio Pierce said, "Fuck y'all pick. I'm trying to win. I don't care if we win 4 games."
I mean,
it's a new front office too. Believer. So
I'm a big Jussie believer. I think he can be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I just don't know what the ceiling is for him. But they got some weapons. There's some guys on that team on offense. We'll see how they continue to roll. I think Fields is somebody like you mentioned, Johnny. Someone. You get more film on a guy like him, I think. It's just not going to, it's not going to stay as high. I mean, what did he start 4-2 last year for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took him out of the starting
role. And then
role.
Russell won 6 straight, and then they blew it.
He won 6 straight. He won 5 straight or 6 straight, and then he lost the back 6 or back, back 5 or whatever.
Like if they finished with a losing record, it would have been one of the all-time worst collapses ever. Like if they
should have kept Jussie in. So maybe Jussie was the key, and they just didn't give him a chance. So
granted, the back half of that season, the back few games of that season were brutal, but we should have won one of them. I mean, come on.
I mean, weren't you in that group of teams that had, maybe it was just the Chiefs, but didn't you have 3 games in 17 days or something like that?
No, we were in that group. Yeah, it was the Chiefs, Ravens, Texans, and Steelers had 3 games in 10 days.
10 days, yeah, it was even something crazy.
Yeah, yep.
That doesn't help. That doesn't help at all. Last question, guys, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. Are you guys a fan? Because we saw it in the game a little bit. It was getting chippy. It was getting chippy between Jalen Ramsey, between Lyman, between Garrett Wilson. Are you guys a fan of players coming to the defense of their quarterback, even though it's going to get the team a penalty?
If someone takes a cheap shot at your quarterback, yes. You know, like that one time, do you remember the Bengals Chiefs playoff game where that young Bengal defender cracked Mahomes as he's going out of bounds? And it was like, and mind you, Mahomes is worth criticizing for his
antics with fake sliding.
His antics, when he's on the edge of the field. All that to be said, though, that one was indefensible. That dude ran up and cracked him. Or like Azeez Al-Shaair when he spearheaded Trevor Lawrence when he slid last year. Like, if you do something like that, I think the whole team should run up and try to beat your ass. Like, it's just camaraderie.
Absolutely,
you have to do it. But beyond that, like, if a guy, like, does a fair tackle or, like, chirps in your quarterback's face, then it's dumb.
Yeah. It's like throwing at someone in the MLB. Just, you got to be aware of the situation.
Bro, they get thrown out for everything, bro. I swear to God, if you look at the umbrella and they throw your ass out.
With the I'm just saying, like, if a guy, if you're trying to hit a guy or something like that, in Major League Baseball, it's very situation dependent. You're not going to put a guy on in a tie game, but if you're up 5-6 in the 8th inning, that's not a bad spot. So I think, situation, obviously.
Yeah, sometimes it's a camaraderie thing. You got to just be like, we're a team, and I got to go beat ass for my quarterback, and I'll take the penalty.
For example, if the star D lineman of the opposing team spits on my quarterback before the first snap of the game, I might have to. Not by myself because he's way too big, but we get some backup.
Yeah. Right.
But what if he gets spit at first?
Oh boy.
Well, are you really spitting at him if you are 5 full yards away and you spit directly onto the ground?
Get 5 yards pretty easy, I think.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's 5 full yards away and he spit directly on the ground. That's the most insane revisionism I've ever seen. Was that people were saying Dak spit first, and you look at the wide angle and Dak's just spitting on the ground, and Jalen Carter is so far away from him,
and then
walks up and spits right on him.
And bro, he was right in front of the ref.
Anything Jalen Carter does outside of football, we don't need to justify that guy's actions.
Is that why he slipped in the draft?
Football player.
He slipped in the draft because he was under an active police investigation for drag racing that led to someone's death.
Jeez.
He didn't kill anyone, but he was a part of a drag race where people.
Listen, John Elway was driving a golf cart and his longtime agent died. So I mean, I know what it's like.
If we're
people you care
if
about.
We're talking about people making decisions, like I'm not gonna back up Jalen Carter.
Yeah, just a wild boy thing to do, to spit on a quarterback before the ball is even snapped, and they're obviously going to throw you out of the game for that.
I'm not saying you should spit on anybody, but you definitely shouldn't do it right in front of the ref. I mean, the ref was standing right behind him. Like the ref was like right. The ref almost got spit on.
It's like Aqib Talib snatching someone's chain. It's like, you can't do that. You obviously can't do that. They're going to throw you out of the game. What are you doing? This is so funny.
But anyway, moving along, guys.
I'm just glad it didn't lead to a loss.
No, that's true.
So whatever.
That's
Water
true.
under the bridge.
Atlanta has their quarterback of the future, but Emeka gets the last laugh. So Michael Penix shows that he's the quarterback of the future for the Falcons in a back-and-forth duel. Listen. Michael Penix.
I hope that was intentional.
Just ask John. You know it's not. Back-and-forth duel with Baker Mayfield, but Emeka Egbuka ices the game with a 25-yard touchdown catch with 59 seconds left, giving him 2 touchdowns on the day. I want to first start off by saying I've been on the fan club boat for a minute now. But guys, how far can both of these teams go if they play at their peak?
The playoffs. Well, actually, the Bucs can go to the number 1 seed, as I predicted.
Yeah, right.
The playoffs for the Falcons, though.
I would agree.
Yeah, go ahead, Caleb.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Bucs are a definitely team fighting for potentially home field. And then, Falcons, I mean, Yeah, I would agree with that. Absolutely, playoff team. Bijan looked solid, making me feel good about taking him number one over Jamar here in week 1.
Certainly.
So
And he was explosive.
yeah, it was a good game. Falcons might be looking for a new kicker. Maybe Prater's got a job when Tyler Bass is back down in Atlanta. We'll see.
You think they're cutting Young Way?
Well, he had a missing problem last year too. He missed a lot of big kicks last year. It was like, and that was such a bad spot to do it because everyone on that offense played so well. Pitts played well. London played well. Penix and Bijan played well. Like that team, that should have been like, if you were like half paying attention at the end of the season last year, you might not have noticed how good Penix was looking. And if you don't know about how good he was in college, you might not know. But like that could have been his like, I'm here, this is my year moment. And he could have gone to overtime and potentially won. And Koo missing that easily makeable kick that 3 years ago he would have made with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like,
and then
that's so sad.
He used to be a killer. That man was hitting game-winning kicks all the time.
Yeah. So it's real sad that that's how it shook out. Emeka Buka, maybe the worst kept secret in the NFL, that he was just going to light it up this season. Everyone knew it.
How did he fall
and,
so far?
I think that, once he got drafted, it was like everyone went, oh, on that team? Yeah, he's going to be a monster. Like, if the Jets drafted him, maybe he wouldn't have felt the same. But he went to the Bucs.
Yeah. Now they got Baker. They got Mike Evans taking the top off. And they got Godwin, who's going to come back soon. So we'll see if he keeps that role. But, I mean, if he keeps playing like this, Godwin will be the 3 receiver, but I think they're going to still keep him. He played a mix, but I think he's a better slot than he is outside with his size compared to Godwin. But I don't know. Godwin's not bad in the slot either. I think they could be pretty flexible.
I say Godwin, they like to put in the slot. So
they could be I wonder if they'll kind of rotate him. Yeah. It'll be interesting. It's a lot of mouths to feed once Godwin's back, but I don't think that's a.
Well, they definitely got to ease him in too. Like I think. How good Emeka plays determines how quick they ease him back in.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not a problem for them. It's more like a fantasy football question than anything. They're going to be like, whatever, we have 3 excellent receivers. That's going to make our life easier. As a fantasy manager, you're like, crap, how are they going to all be fantasy relevant?
But, Did you see that? Did you see that touchdown that Penix had where he his knee just didn't hit the ground at all, and the ball just happened to cross the goal line? He did the same thing. That was on a first down run. He did a first down run where it was a fumble at first, and then he got it.
Yeah, obscene. That one in the red zone when he dives forward, and I was like, oh no, did he just fumble it out the back of the end zone? Did he just turn the ball over? And then it was like, no, actually, he got a first down. He's a legend. I was like, oh man.
And he's not even known for running. He wasn't known for running. He's been a pocket passer a lot of his. I mean, he can run, but he's not fast.
Yeah, it was phenomenal stuff by him through and through. The only detractor to Penix's draft card was just that he has a bad injury history. Yeah. He has 3 really serious season-ending injuries in his college career. But if he can dodge that in the NFL, other than that, he was probably the best quarterback in college. So we'll see it. We'll see.
No, he led Washington to a championship game. So
yeah,
he was balling. He was balling. If we continue to see Michael play this well, do you think that we will see a Kirk Cousins trade in the near future?
I think before the deadline we will. There will be a quarterback needy team that does it.
Yeah, 100%.
I think
there's going to be someone that has an injury that's competing for a playoff spot.
The Vikings might be looking at him soon.
That's right.
That would be funny.
Vikings GM might have already made a call.
They said we got Adam Thielen. Let's just bring the gang back together. Let's just bring the gang back together.
Yeah, no, man, that would be funny.
That'd be hilarious. But no, I mean, because I think you keep Kirk for now because you got to hedge your bets, right? You don't just have nobody that can play while you're still trying to figure out what's going on with the rookie. But not rookie, but you know what I'm saying. He didn't play all last year, the entire season at least. But no, I think if you keep seeing this, get what you can for Kirk. I don't care if it's a fourth, third round pick, fifth round pick. Like, take what you can because you got the one.
It's just the money is the interesting part of all that. How that's going to shake out.
Just curious before we continue, has anyone here ever seen Andrew Van Ginkel and Alex Anzalone in the same room?
They look exactly the same, bro. Yeah,
I think they might be the same guy.
Like, they gotta be the same person.
They're just scrappy linebackers that look like Vikings. Like, what's up with this?
Man's racking up freaking flyer miles to go to all these games.
Yeah, I don't know what's about. I mean, they're both in the NFC North, you know.
But they're never on the field at the same time.
They're never on the field at the same time. Mm-hmm. What's that about?
Last question on this before we move on, guys, and I think I know the answer to this, but I gotta ask. Can Carolina or New Orleans challenge either of these teams for the division?
Fuck no.
Not even
the Saints look like the worst team in the league, and Carolina looked like the second worst team in the league.
Rattler, he almost led a victory at the end.
Yeah, against the Cardinals. I think maybe we'll wait around for them to play an actual team before we get a little too crazy.
Yes.
It almost led a victory and just could not get the ball to anybody because they don't have anyone to get it to.
I don't know what we're doing where there's a world that Spencer Rattler's thrown the ball 46 times in an NFL game, but that shouldn't happen again. That was
Kellen Moore. He's like, I got to cook something up for the boy.
That was insane. He's going to get Chris Olave killed.
Chris Olave went to the Blue Medical tent. He's done so.
Almost got him killed. He's literally going to get Olave killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought I never thought New Orleans had a chance, but I was a little bit not high, but I was mid on Carolina. But
yeah, I couldn't get behind it. I went.
They didn't look too good. Good.
And there was a lot of people. I think Teteroa McMillan would have been good in a lot of places. I just am very concerned about his production level for his first couple of years in Carolina. It might take him a bit until he can break out. He hit dead ass.
If he fell to the Bucs, that would have been a problem.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
Nah, he's good. We'll see how it goes in Carolina, though, guys. Moving on. Indiana Jones wanted for illegal dolphin poaching. The Miami Dolphins defense makes Daniel Jones look like Peyton Manning, while Tua struggles to get a pass off as the Colts score on every single offensive possession of the day to beat the Dolphins 33-8. Now I want to preface, I know the final score was 33-8, but really, as far as I'm concerned, it was 30-0. That's what the final score. It was 30-0 for most of the game.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys.
Oh yeah.
Indiana Jones making a new name for himself. Can Daniel Jones lead this Colts team to the playoffs?
I'll tell you what. I have a friend of mine who is a Colts fan, member of our league as well. I had told him in the offseason when the Colts hired Lou Anarumo that I was like, you just got the best hire of the offseason, maybe. You might have gotten the best coordinator hire easily. Because Anarumo is a really great defensive coordinator that was trying to build a skyscraper with building blocks last season.
Yeah.
You gave him like a couple of dudes. Nothing crazy, but a couple of dudes, and now suddenly that defense looks gnarly as hell. We knew that the Dolphins were going to be bad on defense. I don't know if we knew they were going to be this bad. And
yeah, Daniel Jones making a Pro Bowl bad if you played him 17 times a season.
Oh my God!
Like
I do have a bigger theory to this. There's a conspiracy theory, but I'm going to let you guys go first.
Man, I was.
I mean,
you got it, Caleb.
I was going to say, like, AFC South is a very winnable division for anybody except the Titans, I think, honestly. Like, there's definitely a world where the Colts, Jaguars, or Texans all have a chance. I mean, I think that's like 9 or 10 wins is going to be the total that you're looking to get to in that division. I mean, Daniel Jones is not far removed from being, 9-6-1 on the Giants. So I think he could be, with the right pieces around him, a guy who can take a team with a decent group to the playoffs in a weaker division. But I mean, the Dolphins there's a lot of problems there. You were kind of hoping with Tua being healthy that the offense was, keep him afloat. But I mean, against the Colts,
they can't
healthy? Even manage anything.
Even when he's healthy, he's got all the hits to the head. You never know.
I guess that was the only good thing that came out of that game is that Tua made it through. You have him for week 2, but is that a good thing? That's the real question.
Silver lining.
That's what they're going to have to figure out.
Some of the picks he was throwing were terrible. The fumbles were terrible.
Right, he threw one right into the linebacker's hands, bro. Maybe it was a safety, but it was right into his hands. I was like, bro.
Unforgivably bad.
He ran the route for him. Bro.
Yeah.
First of all, Caleb, did you just defend a man's quality as a quarterback by saying he had a 9-6-1 record?
Hey, that's a solid season, man. That is a solid season.
You're right. For Daniel Jones, that's pretty good. Now,
that's a great season for Daniel Jones.
I'll say this. I'm going to hold off on too much Daniel Jones because I got a little bit coming on him in a minute. But I got to hold off judgment because coming in, I said, man, they got him. I know they're not going to play Anthony Richardson because you don't pay a backup quarterback that much money. You don't even get that quarterback if you think that Anthony Richardson's the guy. So, but the fact that Anthony Richardson didn't handle his business, it was fitting the first preseason game. One of the first passes of the game, this man gets hurt, makes a horrendous fumble on a horrendous decision where he looked the wrong way from a blitzer perspective, and the blitzer came from the opposite side on a hot route. So it was fitting. But Daniel Jones, I was not a believer in. I thought this team was probably a solid maybe 4 or 5 wins if Daniel Jones played all season. But I might have to revamp that because he didn't look too bad. If he can not turn the ball over, I think they have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been, I think that's any quarterback. If you take care of the ball, I mean, he's got the legs. He ran for 700 yards the only season. The last time he was a full-time starter. So I don't know. Like, I think you could be in a lot. There's quarterbacks. You could have Spencer Rattler starting week 1 for you. Daniel Jones, if you have a decent enough team around him.
Well, plus Daniel was in Minnesota for a few weeks, so maybe some of that Kevin O'Connell rubbed off.
Yeah. I mean, getting out of the Giants is probably a good thing for anybody at this point. I think getting out of New York is a good thing.
I mean, think about it. All the quarterbacks that went to San Fran, and then they didn't play in San Fran, but then they left, and now they're good. Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that remains to be seen.
We'll see. Hey,
anyway,
they had a chance. They had a chance on Sunday. That
wasn't because of Sam
bad.
Darnold.
That fumble was. I mean, that fumble wasn't.
They had a chance, and it was not because of Sam Darnold.
He pushed that lineman into him.
I'm gonna throw out my kind of crazy conspiracy theory.
Yep.
So, Jim Irsay dies.
Oh God.
When he dies, I was like, "Oh, who's going to take over as the owner?" So I guess before he had died, he had actually started bringing in his daughters. He got 3 daughters.
Yeah.
That he brings them in to start being more involved with the team. I guess maybe he knew something was coming. So I don't know if this will come through really well. When they announced this is the photo of the 3 daughters. Okay,
yeah,
and him.
Yeah.
When I see this photo, there is one daughter in this photo that has what I like to refer affectionately as the eyes of a killer. And I've said it's something that you can see immediately, that almost every great athlete has it. It's just something you notice. If you notice it, you notice it. The eyes of a killer.
Kobe.
And
MJ.
So then I find out later, I'm listening to a podcast, and the guy's talking, and he says, and I hear that Jim Irsay's daughter has taken full control of the team and is super hands-on. And I knew before I even had to look it up which one it was. I knew who it was. I go and look it up. Carly Ursay has fully taken over the team. She is on the sideline with the headset on. She is extremely involved doing like the most right now. I go, look, man, when a new wild big idea owner gets involved, long term, it doesn't normally work out great, but short term, Al Davis, Jerry Jones, short term, it pays dividends. All I'm saying, maybe. Carly Ursay is going to be the next in that line of firecracker, hands-on owners that's going to push the team through somewhere. That's all I'm saying. Look up a picture for those at home. Look up a photo of Carly Ursay and tell me you don't see that she has the eyes of a killer.
She does.
Did you see what she said about it? She was saying basically when you're something along the lines of a coach being an investment and you got to understand what they're actually going through or something like that. And I'm like, dang, she's down here like, man, if this seems easy and he can't do it, we're going to get him up out of here.
So I'm telling you, man, I
might pull up
think you're going to see.
That'd be crazy.
And they started making me think, Riley? How involved was she on the decision to bring in Daniel Jones? How involved was she on the decision to bring in Lou Anarumo? How, you know what I'm saying? Like, how heavily what is the weight that she carries around there? Like, I'm just saying, man.
Right, because Ursay was
I'm buying some Carly Ursay stock. I think she might actually be an all-timer.
She might actually have some jerseys on the team store coming soon.
That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Hey, guys, if you heard it here first. Just when we check back in week 15 and she's coaching the team, you heard it here first. Man, she wins the Super Bowl. Saying. The first owner coach to win a Super Bowl with Daniel Jones. Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, Al Davis, Jerry Jones, Carly Ursay.
Just win, baby. Just win, baby. Should the Dolphins bench Tua?
No, you're paying him so much money. You have to just got to stick it out. He will get injured, and then you can throw in Ewers.
You don't got to pay dead cap to put him on the bench. You just put Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers in.
Right, but you run with Tua until the end of the season. If he's healthy, you run with him to the end of the season.
If he's healthy, yeah, key word, man. It might be just better for him to not be playing. Just put him on the bench for his safety.
You just have to do it.
He looked so bad, bro. He looked awful. I mean, the new haircut, it must not be working or something. I saw he got braids or dreads or something now. I don't know. He thinks he's black now. But
yeah, well, they got to hold on to him because, if they do ever – I mean, you're right. They could bench him. But if they ever did cut him, $137.6 million.
Is he tradable?
This year in dead cap.
Would anybody take him?
Not with that contract. Not with that contract.
Nah, I would take Kirk first.
Who's that desperate to try and revamp Tua? No,
Kellen Moore.
No, he is an untradeable asset.
Kellen Moore should be on the phones right now calling every team that's quarterback plays a bad game and says, "Can I please get him now?" While the stock is
low. The Saints can't take that hit. There's no way they'd be able to make the salaries match with how bad the Saints cap is.
If
right
they cut him next year, it's $79 million.
Yeah,
you have to just play him to try and get value out of that insane contract you're paying.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of left-hand quarterbacks, so I just wouldn't have paid him to begin with.
No,
something different about it, man.
You're happy with his injury history that he got paid, and no matter what happens, his family is secured forever. That's great.
But moving forward,
it was one of the worst financial decisions. It is. How about this? It is the worst financial decision in the NFL since the Deshaun Watson signing. That's how bad it is.
Worse than Russell Wilson?
Yes, because the Broncos could get off that instantly. They were able to move on quickly from it. And they have an ownership group that could take that hit easily. Yeah, but sure. The 201, you are not going to be able to cut him for a while. You're paying him even more than that. And you also have to factor in that he is literally untradeable.
Yeah.
So
he might not even pass a physical anywhere else. Man,
Mhm.
him and Tyreek.
Nobody wants
Him and
nobody wants
Tyreek
him
beefing.
dead cat, and they don't want him dead.
Y'all think they're gonna trade Tyreek?
they could trade Tyreek, and it would be a good move at this point.
He seems
If it
like,
keeps like this, they have to just to try and recoup some sort of. This is the baseball guy in me, where you got to trade people because that's just how baseball is. But you got to recoup some assets if you're going to be, going down the can for a little bit here.
Yeah, you get nothing out of having Tyreek on that team right now.
Nah, they can lose without him.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So you might as well get something. They're not going to get back what they paid for him, though. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. Anyway, guys, last question on this. We're going to move on. Does Mike McDaniels last the season?
Fuck no.
No.
17
Fuck
games.
no.
Does he last?
He is the first coach to be fired.
You think he's the
I
first
can't wait to
coach
see
all
whose
season to
offense
get fired?
he's managing.
First one. Dunzo, out of there.
If you had to put a game number to it, what would you say?
5.
5 games? They got to
5.
be 0-5 to get fired at 5 games. You think
They
they'd
have
be
Patriots
0-5?
on Sunday. Patriots on Sunday.
They're favored. in
Bills
the
the
game.
week. Then they got Bills on Thursday. That's gonna be a mess.
Oh, he could get fired after Thursday. If they get beat on
Yeah.
primetime Thursday in front of the entire world,
Well, hold on. Is it
watching
in
that
Buffalo or is it in Miami?
It's in Buffalo. They're gonna get destroyed.
What's the
if
weather
they get
forecast?
cooked, if they get cooked in Buffalo on Thursday Night Football, he could be fired Friday morning.
But okay, listen to this. This is their next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. Hosting the Patriots at Bills. That's gonna be a shit show. Host the Jets at Panthers. Hosting the Chargers at the Browns.
So they could be 2-4.
If they're if they
2-4,
lose, if they
3-3.
lose 100%. But those are some winnable games. So I think that probably goes more to Johnny's point, where if they're 0 if they win one of those games, or they're 0 and whatever, yeah, they're
It might just be because it's like Johnny said with the Thursday night, like it could just be off embarrassment. Like there could be a performance that's just so bad, they're like, this is so embarrassing, we just have to get you out of here regardless of record.
Other NFL franchises were publicly laughing at that team. They were laughing at their coaching staff and how the team was run after joint practices. Like they were being mocked across the NFL.
Dang.
Like they are, and you know what? You said the list of the teams there. Could I make the argument that if before Sunday, if I had given you the list of those teams and said who's the worst team on that list, you would have said the Colts? And they just lost to them 33-8. So all I'm saying is that maybe Myles Garrett, if they get that far, will kill Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh jeez.
Like
no, they
like,
got I'd bet you
maybe-
for that game. You see what he did to Burrow?
yeah,
I'm
maybe
not
Sauce
putting him-
Gardner will pick off Tua 3 times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Well, it doesn't get easier after that, and that's the problem too. After that, after the Browns, it's Falcons, Ravens, Bills, Commanders. So it's
Maybe they're gonna like 2-8.
no, you got to nosedive if you're the Dolphins. I think that's all you got now.
Hopefully they got their pick still.
And they have the worst secondary in the league, and an injured defense, and a weak O-line,
Wow, what
and a
happened
right receiver who hates them.
Whoa! What happened to Minka being one of the best safeties in the league?
Minka Fitzpatrick is a very good safety, surrounded by a bunch of injured nobodies. That dude is
Bradley Chubb.
alone. Yeah, they got Bradley Chubb. They
Who's injured all the
got
time.
yeah, and they got who's their other? They got the other good edge rusher, whose name is escaping me at the moment.
Is he like a journeyman veteran? That's kind of been in a few contenders.
He's been there for a bit. It's Jalen Smith. Who am I thinking? I'm fully blanking out his name. Regardless,
Damn, you good over there?
they got a
Caleb?
couple of dudes, but
I thought you just got attacked for a second. I was like, hold up, we got.
yeah, they got a couple of dudes on defense, but their secondary is pitiful. It's just Minka, and that's with a not good D coordinator, defensive staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But anyway, guys, Cowboys championship hopes get delayed while Micah Parsons hunts Lions in the Goff. Jerry Jones said his team got better after trading a future Hall of Fame player in Micah Parsons, but Micah looks like he won on and off the field. While the Cowboys lost to the Eagles 24-20, the Packers beat the back-to-back division champs Detroit Lions 27-13 this past week. Now, I said it in the predictions. I'm going to ask you again. I'll give you some more information to recant your statements from prior, guys. But after week 1, are you worried about the Detroit Lions?
The big question is it that Jeff Hafley's a genius, the Packers defensive coordinator, and he's just that good because he was really good last year, and now they had Micah and you have an extra year. Is he that good? Or are the Lions that bad without Ben Johnson?
Yeah.
And so I think, yes, you got to be worried. That was pitiful. That's as bad as it could have possibly gone.
No, I mean,
For the best offense in the league 2 years in a row, that's how bad it went.
Oh, they did score.
Yeah, I mean,
they scored one, but
they scored one garbage time touchdown.
Yeah, it was a good catch though. That was a crazy catch though by that dude. He just got his foot in.
Yeah, and it was a terrible pass. That's what I'm saying. Like it is not great. I mean, man, yeah, that
Goff got harassed.
Yes, I'm concerned. As somebody who picked the Lions to be in the Super Bowl, I'm very concerned.
I mean,
by the way,
thought the Packers were going to be better, this year. So I don't know if I thought they were going to control a game like that, but I don't know. I think, I want to see what the Lions, but unfortunately for them, they have, a first place schedule. So they got a tough schedule this year. They're going to get exposed if they're not. So I think we'll find out real soon, but I'm not ready to just dive into the deep end just yet, even though it's not too deep.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're trash, but I am saying I am concerned, certainly.
What are you on a scale of 1 to 10 without saying 7?
Concern level, I would say
like a 6 or a 7.
I just said without saying 7.
We should just all be dead silent at that one. We should go dead air for 15 to 20 seconds. Dead air for 6-7 seconds.
Oh, I got it now. I was like,
I would probably put my concern at a 5.5. 5.5. More, yeah, decent amount of concern because that looked rough.
You're not gonna say 6,
like
7,
4 or 5.
No, I'm not. I did already.
I don't think,
but they were good.
I'm an 8. I mean, I was a 7 coming in, so I'm an 8 now. I mean, I'm
the
more
Packers
concerned.
could potentially have a great defense. That's the only reason I'm not mega concerned.
Rashawn Gary, Micah Parsons. They got who's that number
Xavier
7?
McKinney.
Walker looked really good. Number 7.
Yeah, there's Quay Walker. Yeah,
he looked good. Is he a safety or is he like a linebacker that kind of plays?
He's
outside?
A linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a linebacker. McKinney's their star safety. He's good too. They look good, but I'm gonna have to see this a couple more times to see if it replicated. But man, if it did, that's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough outing.
I think they play the Bears next week. I think that'll give you a decent idea. I mean, obviously, coaching against his new team, and the Bears are looking pretty solid right now against JJ McCarthy. To caveat that, but I mean, I think you should get a solid idea. If they can't be productive against the Bears, then with the weapons they have, it could be interesting, especially with the Ravens, Browns, and Bengals and Chiefs, and then Bucks as their next 5 games after that. It's not an easy slate.
No, it could get scary. Could get scary. Are the Packers the NFC North favorites?
I think so. I picked them to win the division.
I guess so. Because it would be between the Packers and the Lions, and the Packers just beat the brakes off of the Lions. So I guess they have to be.
I say they're trending upward, but as we all know, My favorite's playing right now. So we'll see. They're trending upward though. I got to give them the edge on the Bears off of what they've shown so far.
Lions are what's the updated odds? What do we use, guys? For
nobody's paying us, so use whatever you want and don't say their name.
Don't say their name.
Okay, this is the one that my friends use. Packers are minus 120. Vikings plus 350. Lions plus 425.
Wow, the Lions are worse than the Vikings? That's crazy.
Dang.
Although that will change.
That'll change
after this game.
Hour.
Yeah.
That'll change within an hour.
Soon.
Odds were Lions plus 155, Packers plus 275, Vikings plus 375, Bears plus 550. So, Packers are minus favorites now on every.
Yeah, that's nuts. They're already minus favorites, I guess. I guess they're just thinking tiebreakers already.
That's how you know I don't bet, because you said minus whatever with the hundreds, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that means. All I understand is the minus 2.5 points. I don't the rest of that.
So I'll tell you right now, Coogii, real quick, for any of the viewers at home, I'll tell you how the betting lines work. If it's minus, it means you have to bet that much money to win $100. So if it's minus 120, it means you bet 120, you win $100 if you win. If it's plus, it means if you bet $100, you win that much money.
So if I bet 120, I come out with 220, or I come out with 100 after betting 120.
Right, if you bet 120 on a minus 120, you could win 100.
On top of what I bet.
Right, of course. Yeah. Okay, you profit 100.
I was about to say.
If it's a plus 200, or say it's a plus 500, if you bet 100, you win 500.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Only one betting site had the Lions ahead of the Vikings coming into tonight, but that will change unless we have a we have a comeback akin to last night.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. You guess you never know, but doesn't look like it's likely. But anyway, guys,
trying their best.
Every week, football occurs on Sunday. Now, Sunday is typically referred to as one of the most depressing days of the week because what comes after Sunday? Monday. And so there's this phenomena that's referred to as the Sunday Scaries, guys. And so what I got for you is I got 5 players who went to bed last night with the Sunday Scaries. They were doom scrolling. They were doom scrolling Instagram, doom scrolling Twitter. They didn't want to go to work on Monday. I got 5 players that are nominated for this week's Sunday Scaries, guys. And number 1, we've talked about him a lot. Tua, quarterback of the Dolphins. 14 to 23, 114 passing yards, 1 TD, 2 picks, 3 sacks, a QBR of 2.7. Longest completion.
Wow, that's terrible. 2.7, that's nuts.
2.7, 51.7 passer rating. Longest completion of 21 yards. Tua, guys, he is cooked. Out of sync with Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get McDaniels fired. You can mark that down. The second player that has Sunday Scaries last night, guys, Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit Lions, 19 touches for 50 yards, 2.6 yards per touch and no touchdowns. Now, as John alluded to, as John mentioned, he had 10 catches for 31 yards. Now, that's great for fantasy, but they weren't playing fantasy in Green Bay on Sunday. His longest play of the day was 14 yards. Lions looked lost, and Jahmyr Gibbs cements his status on the Russell Wilson Award watch list. Now, my third
for the record, by the way, I think I said this off camera, but yes, 10 catches for 31 yards is the lowest amount of yards ever gained from 10 catches in NFL history, at least recorded NFL history.
Yeah. And if they didn't record it, it didn't matter. So that's the worst ever. That's the worst ever. Third Sunday Scary nomination, guys. New York Jets defense. Now, this is as much story-based as it is stat-based. But now think about it here, guys. This New York Jets defense, imagine how they felt last night. Doom scrolling through Instagram, doom scrolling through Twitter. Some of them maybe doom scrolling LinkedIn. But they watched Aaron Rodgers tear them up in practice every day for almost a year and do nothing in a game. And then the moment they play him in a game, he lights them up for 4 TDs in their stadium against a defense that was self-claimed one of the best in the league, in which their own offense put up 32 points. Now we're going to take it a step farther, guys. The Jets have scored 30-plus points just 24 times in the last 160 games. Golden opportunity wasted by this defense. Now it looks like they have their quarterback, but the defense is not what we thought they were. The New York Jets defense, they got Sunday Scaries. Number 4, Russell Wilson, New York Giants. 17 of 37 for 168 yards, no touchdowns. And that's not even the worst part of his stat line. He had a 45.9% completion percentage. Sacked only twice. But just like in Pittsburgh, just like in Denver, he was running for his life all day. They tried to let Russ cook, but he cooked himself. And my last Sunday scary from last night, guys, and you could have predicted this one if you were keeping up with the games there. Jake Moody, San Francisco 49ers. Now, this man had 2 terrible misses and 1 miss that we don't count as a miss because it's a block, but 1 blocked. 2 terrible misses under 40 yards in week 1 after he had a year to forget. Now, he has missed 16 field goals in the last 3 years. 49ers are going to be looking for a kicker soon. And Jake Moody, he is going to be doom scrolling LinkedIn. He might be as we speak. And now, guys, Sunday isn't a scary night for everyone because somebody was sleeping all right tonight, and that is Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was sleeping all right tonight. 22 of 29, 272, a TD, 75% completion percentage, and he added 2 tutties on the ground. And I'll tell you what, he's not able to get the award because he wasn't hurt, but in our hearts, he's the early comeback player of the year favorite. Daniel Jones is sleeping all right tonight, guys. But out of these players, guys, which one do you think has the highest chance to make it back on this list next week?
When you started with Tua, I thought there was nobody that was going to beat him. I was like, who the hell can I pick above Tua? And then you finished with Jake Moody, and I said, he's the only guy that might not have a job by the end of the week. So I'm going to have to go Jake Moody. It's cooked. You can't. When we last year at the end of the year, we did our the NFL all worst team, and he was our kicker because he missed, I think, 10 field goals last year. That's just obscene. You just can't do that. And he comes back and is just as bad. You just can't. Now when the Bills just signed a 72-year-old kicker to a 10-day contract that he showed up and did great. So
they thought he was coaching.
I think honestly it's a no-brainer for me, Jake Moody. And the Niners were saved by a absolutely miraculous catch by that 3rd-string tight end, Jake's, Tonge?
Yeah.
Tonges?
Tongi, something like that, yeah.
I have no idea how to even pronounce his name, but man, that was one of the most impressive end zone catches I've ever seen. It is so good of how he positioned himself. But if he doesn't make that catch, then Jake Moody's head's on a spike.
If he doesn't make that catch, Moody's not even going to be on the night. Moody doesn't even make the plane ride home.
I saw people tweeting at his mom last night saying, what, abortion wasn't legal?
Oh my God, no way. I
swear to you.
People are going, oh boy. Yeah, he actually better not doom scroll. Isn't that be worse for him? Oh boy.
And you know what? There's a man who's got a great kicker on his team who just kicked a 60-yarder and had room to spare to win the game last night. Yesterday, I could not believe how good Boz was looking that game. He looked as good as he's ever looked.
Well, you know what they say.
So you need a good kicker.
They changed the rules this year. They used to make it so kickers could only use the balls that were there from beginning of the game moving forward, but they're allowed to have the balls and work them in for about a day prior now, which they say should. Not that I'm not hating. I'm saying that we should see more of those kicks go up, like what we saw with the Jack kicker, for example. Which would be good. I think that'd be good for the league. I
think Boz's career long is 57 before that, and then he kicked a 60.
I don't look at him as a power kicker. I look at him as an accurate
kicker. He's not. And he hit that 60 with room to spare. He could have hit 65 with how much room he had left. I couldn't believe it.
That's also more, the Steelers are great at getting the 40, 30-yard line. It's after that. That's where they're usually operating. So Christian has a lot of opportunities
that's true.
for those 40-yarders.
Boz just they don't even they used to not consider him kicking a 55 plus. They used to not even really think it was on the table. Now they went with 60. I couldn't believe it.
That's what I'm saying. I know your worth as a kicker. Here's how I judge you as a kicker. If your team crosses the 50, are they confident kicking anywhere from there? That's how I judge you. There's about 5 to 6 of them in the league right now, including that boy in Dallas. But we won't get into it too much. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with. I mean, Tua's a low-hanging fruit. You're right. Jake Moody might not have a job, so I don't know if he can qualify for the list. I mean, so I'm going to go with Russell Wilson because this man threw the ball for 37 times. 37 times. Completed less than 50%. And he had 100. That's a Russell Wilson stat line the last 4 years. It's 17 or so completions, 30-plus attempts, and somewhere between 150 and 180 yards. And I don't know how it's possible. Back before passing was even an integral part of the game, 168 wasn't even that good back then. So, I don't know. And I just don't see that offensive line being able to protect him. I mean, he's literally just going to be running around all season long up until he runs off to the bench and they put Jackson Dart in.
I saw a Giants beat reporter saying that inside information is that Dable is already going to the front office and the owner and begging them to let him put in Jackson Dart.
Oh, and they play the Cowboys. And they play the Cowboys this week. It's done.
They already announced. Yeah, well, they announced Russell as a starter already.
Oh yeah, he's starting, but we'll see if he finishes.
But do you put Dart, in with that offensive line? I don't know.
Hell yeah.
If I'm coaching for my job, yeah.
Yeah, Dart. Yeah, he is coaching for his job, and Dart at every opportunity has looked gifted. So I just think you let him do it. Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Dart put up it's albeit preseason, but Dart statistically I don't think had a single day outing in the NFL so far that was as bad as that. Again, albeit preseason, limited reps, but I honestly would probably go with Jameis before Russell at this point. I thought coming in, Russell gave him the best chance to win, but I think at this point they don't have a chance to win with anybody, so they just got to look good while they lose.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's done. It's done, but Russell Wilson's my pick. I think he'll be back on this list next week. Caleb, who do you think's gonna end up having
who's on the list again? Russell, Tua, Moody.
We got Tua, Moody, Russell, Jahmyr Gibbs, and the Jets defense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about Jahmyr Gibbs being being
on the list again.
Player. No, the Jets defense, I guess.
Oh yeah, they play the Bills.
I guess we'll see.
They play the Bills next week.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to discredit any team for failing against the Bills defensively. So I'll go with Tua. Just to be different. So I'll have a different answer. But Tua next week against the Patriots. If he looks as bad as he did this past week against the Patriots, I think it's over for him. So.
Yeah. No, it's donezo. It's donezo for him. He's cooked. But check this out, guys. Check this out. It's time for Coach of the Year. Actually, it's time for Couch Coach of the Year, where we determine which coach is crowned Couch Coach of the Year through weekly picks. If you think you can beat us, submit your picks for the following games by the start of Thursday night's game. And if you win, I'll have Jonny drop his Venmo in the chat.
I'm a Venmo.
Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it some crazy dark web shit you've never heard of.
Yeah, only click the
Use
link
my
from me.
OpenSea wallet.
Don't click the one from John. Click the one from me. But anyway, guys, we went through, and we got 5 of the closest games this week. Therefore, it could, in theory, be a toss-up.
And this is based off point spread as of when?
As of 3 hours ago.
Okay, point spread as of 8 p.m. Monday night.
Eastern
spread.
time.
Yeah.
Eastern time.
You should time
the real time.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
8 p.m. MEA. The markets are on Eastern time, baby.
Exactly.
Eastern time, 8 o'clock. Lines, yes. The 5 closest lines, and it worked out perfectly. We had exactly 5. And it's funny how it worked out. You guys will get what I'm talking about in a minute. But our first one, guys, the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. Now, I mentioned this earlier. The Dolphins are actually favored in this game by 1.5 points. 1.5. But who do you guys got? New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins.
Patriots.
Yeah, I'm going to take Patriots plus 1.5 there. I don't think that's...
Yeah, are we betting the spread, or are we just doing straight up?
We're going to do straight up. We're
just doing straight up, so there's a bet from Johnny.
My grandma told me
the Patriots.
My grandma told me stay away from alcohol, women, and betting. So we're gonna go straight up on that one.
All right, okay. So Patriots, I'm going because I think that type of toughness of their squad matches up very well with the weakness of the Dolphins.
Yeah,
you're going Patriots as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, man, it's tough.
1.5 spread.
We got Mike Vrabel, very good coach. Mike McDaniels, the lesser of the two Mikes. Tua didn't look good, man. I want to pick Dolphins to be different, but, New England Patriots, man, I don't think it's close. This line is terrible. This is a terrible line, bro. The Patriots should be...
I think it'll be close just because I don't think the Patriots can score a lot of points. Relatively, it won't be a 3-score game.
I think they got a better defense than the Colts, though.
I just don't think they're not going to beat them 30-0.
No, it'll probably.
I also think that the
13-0.
Yeah, which is still a 2-score game.
I think the Drake May will have a lot easier time passing on this defense too.
Yeah.
No, it'll be a little bit easier for him. Game number 2, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Eagles are favored by 1.5. As you know, we're picking straight up. But who do you guys got? Eagles, Chiefs.
Just get yours out of the way.
I'm going Chiefs.
Fly Eagles fly. Go Birds.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs as well because I think that maybe that's why they dropped the ball against the Chargers is because this is the game.
The rematch?
This is the game that
I think
that Andy Reid and the Chiefs have been looking at that they have to win.
Both teams got a lot of rest too.
Yeah, I guess definitely Worthy with his status is a big, especially with how the Eagles' secondary look. If they have to key in on Hollywood Brown, no disrespect, I'm not as worried about the secondary. Obviously, you're still going up against Pat Mahomes, and he could dissect any secondary in the league. But, I think without a true standout wide receiver, that could definitely help. And then, if Jalen Carter's back, that made a huge difference. Your defensive game plan revolves around Jalen Carter and the impact he makes, at the defensive tackle position. So having him back, and not having
we'll see.
A true wide receiver to challenge, the secondary, I think that'll make the difference.
Yeah, I can't believe the Vikings have taken the lead back. Adam Thielen on a 2-point conversion.
Really?
Crazy.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah. Vikings are up 20-17. He threw a gnarly touchdown to Aaron Jones. And
JJ was before that.
He threw in the Jettas too?
Yeah, and Jefferson.
Thank God, because listen, guys. I went into tonight. I went into tonight down like 84 to 82, and I have Caleb Williams and Jettas, and he's got Aaron Jones. So when you said Aaron Jones touchdown, I said, "Oh, Jettas better got one too."
Jones, he's got 2 for 33 in touchdowns, and Jefferson's got 3 for 34 in a touchdown. So neither are like having fantastic.
No, they said that I saw a headline. I'm up 104-96 right now. So
Good stuff.
I got 99% chance to win. 2-0 this week, baby. Anyway, I don't know. I always start great. It's the craziest shit, bro. Like I'm like, no matter what my team looks like, I'm like, man, I'm a little worried this year, even though I'll never tell you guys that. But then somehow I'm like, man, my team just pieces wins together. I don't know how. Until they need to win, and then they fucking blow it. But anyway. Game number 3, guys. Tampa Bay Bucks at the Houston Texans. The Texans are favored by 1.5 in this game, just for informational purposes. Who do you guys got?
Bucks. I don't even have to think about it. And I like the Texans, but man, their line. I love Nico, and I want the Texans to succeed. Their line is so bad. It was really bad last year, and then they got rid of their best O-lineman, and then they didn't address it. So actually, that line was so bad. That's why Nico didn't do well in that game, was because against a good pass rush for the Rams, and the Rams have a great young pass rush, it wasn't that they were covering Nico downfield. It was that Stroud never had an opportunity to plant his feet and throw it far enough to where Nico runs his routes. There was no shot. He targeted him 4 times. There was no world he was getting the ball out to him. There's no way. I could just see. I think that the Texans will be better, but that Vita Vea and the Bucs front 7 with Todd Bowles, who loves to blitz, is going to keep CJ Stroud on his heels again this week, and the Bucs will win that game.
Who you got, Caleb?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm not a big believer in the Texans anyway, so I'll take the Bucs on this one. Should be an interesting game though.
Bucs coming off a big win. Emeka, he looked good. He looked real good. But I don't see CJ Stroud dropping back-to-back games to start the season this year. It wasn't in the bingo board this year, so I'm giving the Texans the dub this weekend. Seattle Seahawks at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are being given 2.5 points. Keep in mind, informational purposes if it matters. But who do you guys got? Seahawks versus the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
At Steelers, the Seahawks are still favored.
No, Steelers are favored. -2.5.
Oh, you said they were being given points.
My bad. They're taking points. See, I told you I don't bet.
Good. Okay, Steelers -2.5. You're saying?
Yeah, Steelers -2.5.
Okay, that makes sense.
You were dumbfounded. You were dumbfounded. You were like, what?
I couldn't believe. I'm like, at Steelers? Yeah.
Like, ESPN.
Well, they say
whole lineup.
They say home field advantage was worth 3 points. So that's why I was kind of like, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers. I think Sam Darnold looked terrible in that game. It seemed like they still haven't figured out what they're doing with their run game. It's like they want Charbonnet to be the guy, but they feel bad for Walker. I drafted Walker in our league. Thank God. Okay, I'm gonna get out ahead of this one. Thank God. The Jags just traded Tank Bigsby, and I had Travis Etienne on my bench because I needed to do something about my RB2 being Kenneth Walker, who is in a 30% snap share right now in Seattle. So,
Caleb, guess who got him? Guess who got him, Caleb?
What? Yes, the Eagles. I know.
The Eagles. Tut.
Yeah.
I was there. I'm surprised. I guess they saw whatever they saw in Will Shipley, and they said, yeah, F this. Or maybe it was the 2 or 3 A.J. Dillon carries. I don't know what the plan is. I didn't know they were in the market for a second running back. Maybe Saquon's hurt.
Howie is just always ahead. Yeah, Howie is always ahead. He does shit that you don't know why he did it, and then it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, running back depth's not a bad thing to have. Absolutely not,
Yeah.
and especially with the workload that they put Saquon on, and that I think they're hoping to potentially avoid. But I mean, Tank's I think a good change of pace from him, and it's definitely an upgrade over Shipley and Dillon. So it'll be interesting to see how they mix him in against the Chiefs.
Yeah, Johnny, back to your point
Yeah.
about Charbonnet, Walker.
Yeah, I think that offense looked like they didn't know what they were doing. Darnold did not look comfortable. The only person he looked comfortable throwing to was JSN, who did put up a really good game. And when you're that good of a receiver, it's going to happen. Their defense gave me no reason to feel confident. Obviously, they have two good corners, but beyond that, I just there was nothing I saw from Seattle when they had every opportunity to steal that game away from San Francisco, because San Francisco was not playing well.
No.
And they lost two of their offensive weapons, and they missed every other kick they did, and somehow still the Seattle Seahawks lost that game. Yeah, I'm good. Give me the Steelers.
I think it was in Seattle too.
Yeah, I would do the Steelers against the spread even. I mean, that's easy for me. I don't have to think about that.
Dang. All right. Well,
I think I'd take the Steelers too. I think I think you got to be feeling good offensively, and you feel solid about what your defense can be. I don't think the Seahawks. Yeah, they got some stuff to figure out. I would agree with Johnny there.
And the way that the Niners won was a lot of just small chunk it down the field, small pass, just grind it down the field, like with McCaffrey and Kittle and Pearsall. Like they were just going steadily, methodically down the field.
Yo,
and I was like, yeah, that's what the Steelers offense looks like. So I think that the Steelers are kind of just built to beat Seattle in that position.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're my one seed, guys. I told you, A-Rod's back. A-Rod's back. He went on a darkness retreat, and you know how you ever anything that you're looking forward to, a cup of coffee, an energy drink, whatever it may be, and you drink it so often that every now and then it just doesn't hit like it should. But that last retreat that Aaron went on, it hit, and he's back. He's back.
Yeah, I think too. Like
Give me the Steelers.
Steelers defense looked rough against Justin Fields because it's hard to game plan for Justin Fields, especially early on. But against Sam Darnold, there's not an X factor or a hidden trait about Sam Darnold you got to prepare for. So I think they're fine. I think
JSN will still get his numbers, and Cup might do a little bit of underneath. But other than that, Darnold's not doing much. Ooh, it could be tough. These lines are interesting. Like some of these games, I'm like, that's it. That's all the line is.
Yeah.
But then again, the biggest line was 12 this week. That shit was crazy. Denver Broncos, game number 5. Denver Broncos at the Indianapolis Colts. They're giving the Broncos, they're giving the Colts 2.5 points. For informational purposes, of course, as always. But I'm going to start off with this one. I'm a little concerned. We talked about it already. He was sleeping all right last night, Daniel Jones. But in Indiana Jones, I'm pretty sure he rode a horse. And so it just has me a little conflicted, but I got to ride with the Broncos.
Pretty sure he rode a horse.
I gotta go with the Broncos. Bo Nix, 1 TD, 2 picks. Not good offensive game against the Titans there. Little concern, when I'm sitting here proclaiming the next Reggie Bush and Jimmy Graham, and kind of made me look stupid. But our defense is legit. That defense is legit. Mm-hmm. If Cam Ward wasn't mobile, we would have had like 10 sacks.
Yeah.
It would have been crazy.
I agree. They're gonna punish Daniel Jones. I think. Miami's defense sucks. Miami's offense sucks. Their quarterback sucks, and Daniel Jones got to be the beneficiary of that. I think you're about to walk into a buzzsaw. That is the Denver defense, and I'll hammer Denver on this one.
Is it? Where is it? You said what's the point spread? plus what or minus who?
Minus 2.5 to the Broncos. It's in Indianapolis.
The Broncos are favored. And
Yep.
Broncos are
Road
favored
team favorite.
I mean, I would like that. I don't hate that spread, but I think the Broncos are going to have are going to win that game. But I think it could be close. But I mean, like Johnny said, that going from the Dolphins secondary to having to see Pat Surtain out in your out in the middle of the
what's
field,
crazy?
It's a bit different.
Jahdae Barron's I noticed this after our predictions last week, so we talked about it a little bit. Jahdae Barron's not even ahead of Moss. He's our third corner. Jahdae's our third. So they got Riley Moss ahead of him, which is wild. But hey, he'll get there though. Jahdae will be the second best corner on that team eventually. If he's not already, I think they're just giving like a veteran nod right now to Riley Moss. But no, I mean over under Pat Surtain 2 picks. I don't know. Nick Bonito, 3+ sacks. I'm betting on that. I'm betting on that all day. Anyway, guys, in this next segment, we have to start them off with an advisory. Listen, guys, listen. If you are not a fan of Uno, if you are not a fan of Monopoly, if you are not a fan of Connect 4, then this segment is not for you, and we advise you jump to the next segment. But for the rest of you, let's play a game.
Let's do it.
Let's get it, Caleb.
Who brought the game this week?
What you got for us?
Caleb got the game.
All right, boys. So for the viewers at home, you may not know I work in college athletics for a living. One of the main parts of my job is doing stats. So I figured let's do a game with some stats. Everyone loves some stats. So we're going to do guess that stat. So I'm going to give something simple. Who led the NFL in rushing? Who did this? Blah, blah, blah. So you get a point for the name, you guys. You get an extra point if you give me the correct number. Or if it's a bigger number, I'll use a little bit of discretion if you're in a good range. If we're doing a bigger number like passing yards or something like that, I'll retain discretion there. But I guess I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you want to do kind of head to head where you're both guessing, or do you want to maybe pick a question and you get the chance to answer, and then you could steal? How do you guys kind of want to work this? I'll leave this up to you guys. What do you think sounds a little better?
I like the second one. I like the idea of we pick a question.
Okay, yeah.
And we can steal.
I like the idea. Anytime I can steal from John, I'm down for it.
Perfect.
All right, so I have plenty of questions. I fact-checked my NFL and my NBA. So I got 6 questions. We can we'll say first to 2. Maybe not 2. We'll play it by ear here. We'll play it by ear. See how we're doing. See how smart you guys are.
Oh my God, JJ McCarthy rushing touchdown.
Yeah, JJ just ran for a touchdown.
They're about to be up 10.
Bro, fuck. Those lines do something we didn't. The Vikings.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say maybe the Vikings are actually the second favorite in the NFC
Man,
North.
it looked so promising for 2 drives, and then it just fell apart.
Crazy.
Yeah. This 3 straight drives with a touchdown now for the Vikings.
Yeah,
it's tough. But okay, so Coogii, we'll have you go first, man. You thinking NFL or NBA? What do you want to roll with first?
I want to beat John at his own game. Give me the NBA.
Okay. All right. So let's see what I got here. Some tough ones. These I didn't want to make them too easy. I also don't know how much you guys know. I want you to surprise me. I'd rather throw a tough one out there and have you guys get it than throw an easy one out there and you get them all right. So this one is a 90s big man, all right?
Okay.
I'll give you – this one's a little bit different because it's not guessing you'll just be guessing the name here. So I guess you can get the max 2 points. This is a little bit of an easier one if you can guess this one correctly.
I like that.
This 90s big man averaged 11.5 points per game, 12.5 rebounds per game, 3.9 blocks per game in 1994-95.
Fuck, I know exactly who it is. I'm so
He was
mad.
an all-star.
I know exactly who it is.
Who was it?
94.
So here, actually, this will be your chance to get. So 1 point for the name, 2 points if you can also name the team he was on that season. 94-95.
Shaquille O'Neal, Orlando Magic.
Incorrect. We'll give a chance. Do we want to steal, or do we want to say this is you get it wrong?
You know what? I got a little excited because I went 94. I thought it was someone else, and then I went no wait. The point total doesn't match up. So it's not. I'm not 100% confident in this anymore.
Now we're gonna have
do we want to say you can steal for the points?
Yeah, he'll steal.
Or do we want to? Okay.
Yeah.
You can steal for the points, here, John.
All right, I'll steal, but I'm not. Like I said, it's not. I immediately was like, "This is what happened." You said how many points was it again?
11.5 points. For
11.5. So it's not who I thought of. My first thought, whenever I hear 4 blocks or 3.9 blocks, I instantly go Hakeem, and then I'm like, wait a second, Hakeem obviously scored way more than 11. I am going to go with 4 blocks, 11 with that many rebounds. It just has to be. It's one of 2 guys. 12 rebounds. It's one of 2 guys. It is either. Here's where I'm at. It's either Mutombo or Rodman. And I'm going to go with. I'm going to go Mutombo. Dikembe Mutombo. And who did he play for in 90s? Is it who did he play for in the 90s? He played for in 94. He was on the Sixers? So that's what I'm going to guess. Mutombo on the Sixers.
So Mutombo is correct. He was not on the Sixers.
Who was he on?
He was on the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, okay. He played for so many teams. It's hard to keep track of.
And that's why I was like, I forgot.
Was he on the Wizards at one point?
Yeah.
Dikembe? He
probably
played for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I think he played for the Rockets at some point. He played for the Sixers. He played for the Nuggets. I think he might have played for the Hawks, maybe.
Damn,
Denver
he's a
for 5 seasons.
He's a Hall of Famer, isn't he?
Atlanta for 4.5. Philly for 1.5. Nets, Knicks, and then Houston. He played on for 5 seasons.
Why did he bounce around so much if he was so good?
Because he's an all-time role player. He played a role.
Oh, wow. So
he never averaged his rookie year. He averaged 16 points a game, but he never averaged over 13.8, and that was his next season.
He's like Hall of Famer, but
he only averaged over 13 points
a
few times.
Type shit.
Yeah, not even close to it. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. More of that defensive. I know his blocks
are crazy. So Johnny's got a point. Johnny's got a point.
I think if none of us get it right, you should get a point, Caleb. The house gets a point if no one gets it right.
I like that. Okay, so Kira's got none. So now it's John's turn. NFL or NBA, John?
Give me NFL.
All right, NFL.
Let's try to scoop up some of the ones that Coogie's more confident in.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one I think is a tougher one. Since you already had a point, I'll go with the toughest one I think I have.
For John, I'm sure it is.
This is random receiving king. This guy led the NFL in receiving yards in 2004. And this one, I like to okay, so I'll leave it like I originally said. If you give me the number, that's the extra point. I'll give you within a range, and then obviously the name for the first point.
Led the NFL in receiving in 04. 04. So that gives you a couple of options.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going through. It's either. It could be. All right. I'm piecing this out of my head. How about this? Would you at least give me?
Oh boy, he's already needing a hint.
Would you at least give me?
I can give you a conference.
Why don't you just give him the answer?
I wouldn't say conference. I will say, like, is it somebody that I would be like?
I did not hear this person until
Okay. I know who it is now.
I've never heard of this person.
All right, so it's not like an all timer. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it depends
Okay.
on how. Okay.
This person, I'll tell you, this person only had over 1,000 receiving yards 3 times in their career. And this was like definitely I would say flash.
But back then, like 800 yards was good back then, though.
In the year 2004, it's a weird one, and it's a receiver, right? It's a wide receiver.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure it's like a tight end, and I'm like over.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely a wide receiver.
A wide receiver in 2004, and it's not one of the shit wrecker receivers. It's not like Moss or To.
Yeah, no, like I said, I did not know this name until
I know who it is.
Coogii knows who it is. Okay.
I think. I might be a few years late.
04. Yeah, 04. I'm like thinking of a couple of guys I think I might be a couple years early on. So I can't go there. I guess 04. Man. Yeah, the fact now that you say it's like not somebody I would have thought of is actually like throwing me big time. Okay. I'm just trying to think of a guy that I'm like, all right, he was pretty good and he played around then. Could it be? There's no way. 04. Could it? No. Okay. Because man, this is a tough one, man. I'm just trying to not have too much dead air. So I'm like thinking about it big time. Maybe. All right, I'm going to do a weird one. It's a guy that I'm like, I never would have thought of being this level, but I think he played around this time. He's respected, but not maybe to that insane of a level. Or, actually, okay, I'm going to do a flyer. This is a flyer, and I think I might have the timing of when he was good off, actually. Was it Sterling Sharp?
It was not Sterling Sharp.
Okay, wasn't Sterling Sharp.
All right, chance to steal it, Karen. Chance to steal it.
Well, I did say I knew it, didn't I? So I probably should get it right.
You did say you knew it.
But then in the midst of it, I was thinking, because I'm like, man, from some of the prior history, analysis, I know the Jaguars had this really good receiver, even though they were fucking ass.
It's funny.
But I don't remember his name. But I actually am going to go with my first answer. I think it's Torrey Holt.
Incorrect. The answer is, I'm going to probably butcher his name.
Yeah, Sterling Sharp was
Muhsin
before
Muhammad.
Way before.
Muhsin Muhammad, nicknamed Moose.
He played for the Jags?
I would not have gotten that.
Carolina Panthers. He, like I said, receiving, had over 1,000 receiving yards just 3 times. He had him in 99 and 2000, and then in 04, he led the league. 1,405 yards. He was an AP or All-Pro. I said AP. All-Pro first teamer.
Muhsin. I've heard the name.
I just flash the pan.
I wouldn't have got that one. Like
I said, never heard of him. So
No,
I knew that was a tough one. But Johnny already got a point, so I had to give him a tough one there.
I went Sterling and I got him mixed up because I thought Sterling was the younger one and it was wrong. Sterling's the older one, so he played before Shannon.
Gotcha,
he was good before Shannon started winning Super Bowls and stuff. So got him mixed up.
All right, Garrett, back to you. We'll do one more each.
Yep. Caleb's got a point. Johnny's got a point. I don't got anything.
Yeah, I guess I got a point.
A tie goes to the house.
Yeah. You're right. All right, so you NBA or NFL? Kieran?
NFL. Let me scoop up an easy one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Workhouse. This is a workhouse running back. Led the NFL in rushing in 2003. We're sticking with the early 2000s.
I think I know this.
Had 14 rushing touchdowns this year. Led the NFL in rushing in 2003.
Oh, I think I know who it is. It's one of 2 guys, but I think I know who it is.
relatively quick but pretty solid career, as most running backs, even in the early 2000s, still not uncommon.
Yeah.
Edgerrin
I think I know
James.
who it is.
Edgerrin James is incorrect. Johnny,
I'm gonna steal. Sean Alexander.
Oh my!
Incorrect again.
Really?
Yeah, I'll throw the team out.
He's next year, right? He's 04.
Guess the name. I
Is
don't
Sean
have
Alexander 04, I think. I think he is.
Over 2,000 yards, 2,066 yards.
What was the team? What was the team? The Ravens?
The Ravens.
Oh! They won the Super Bowl with him.
First team Offensive Player of the Year in 03 as well.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, I know it's not right.
24-year-old running back on the Ravens.
On the Ravens, I can't believe I'm like completely spacing out who this is.
You should know the Ravens running back.
Back in 03.
In 03, I wasn't following big time yet.
Yeah. For me in baseball, I can name a lot of guys in 03, but yeah, football, not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, short career.
Relatively. 2000 to 2009. Played for the Ravens and the Browns.
Ooh.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons of 1,000 rushing yards.
Where did you go to college?
Tennessee.
Fuck. Thought that was going to help me.
First round pick in 2000, 5th overall.
5th overall.
Tennessee.
Ravens, yeah.
5th overall.
So
man, how are we forgetting this guy? This is somebody that we must know, and we're just fully spacing.
Fuck, it was Jamal
All
Lewis.
right, I'm going to give it to you guys. There you go, Kira. There you go. Jamal Lewis.
I got you.
Jamal Lewis.
Man, I'm so mad because I'm almost certain that Sean Alexander leads the league in 04 and 05.
He was on the cover of
03.
Madden, wasn't he?
Yeah.
When was that?
I was like, oh, those early 2000s. It's always either Danian Tomlinson or Sean Alexander. It's one of them, right?
Tomlinson.
Yeah.
And then Jamal just went in there and rushed for 2,000.
Yeah, he just jumps in the middle. That's crazy. All right.
Yeah.
And the house wins today.
Right.
That's crazy.
House.
I got 2 points now. John's got a point, though. John's got a chance.
Yeah. All right, give me an NBA then.
Okay, we'll give you an NBA. Good, because my last NFL question is easy.
Fuck, I meant to say NFL.
Okay. I'll go with a bit of an easier one because this should be the other one is actually I kind of like that one.
This tells you kind of what before we get into it, this kind of tells you what the coaching staffs think of the onside kick now. Yeah. Is that they did an onside kick there with one timeout and with 2 minutes on the clock. The Bears said we have a better chance. Yeah. We have a better chance to stop them 3 times and score with 40 seconds on the clock than we do to get an onside kick. That's crazy.
Well, because they're basically in field goal range if they get it.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of felt the same way about the Bills last night. I was like, that's kind of crazy. The Bills didn't onside kick it because there's no functional difference between getting the ball there and getting the ball. Whatever. Continue.
Interesting. I think one's a little bit easier, but
don't take it easy on Johnny.
I'll give you the tough one. This is a name we know, at least. This is definitely a name you know.
Okay.
It's not a Hall of Famer, but led the NBA in assists, 96-97. It was the first year that Stockton hadn't led the league in assists in a while.
96, 97. Okay. And this guy, he's got to be young when it happens. So one of them I'm thinking is a young Jason Kidd. Because I feel like that lines up timeline-wise. 96, super young Jason Kidd could have been the guy who did it. Beyond that, 96, no shot. Okay. Just trying to think of anyone else who I might have considered for that in 96. Yeah, I'm just going to go Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd's incorrect. It's a name we know. It's a name we
The
know.
name we know. All
But
right.
I don't know if I would put him in the echelon of a.
I guess you did say he's not a Hall of Famer, so that was on me.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking. I just went like,
of a Jason Kidd or obviously, like I said, a John Stockton.
yeah.
So, chance for
That's
Kidd to tie it up. Chance for Kidd to tie it up here with John.
He's not a Hall of Famer. That was dumb of me to even guess Jason Kidd. I wasn't thinking.
97. It's a great question.
Like I said, it's a name you know, but it's not like.
All right, wait. I'm just curious, and this will help Coogii if I'm right. Is he white?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That changes things. Wasn't
This
wrong.
was in the middle. He was 31 when he did this, so he wasn't young.
Oh, okay.
So he was born in like 1965. Right now.
He was born in 1965.
Which
Yes,
means right now
that's quick math.
All right now he'd be 60.
He's very much like around. Like you hear his name a lot. I feel like maybe not as much as you might have a couple of years ago, but he's still like around the league. He's still doing some stuff.
Oh, I just thought of someone.
Oh
No, because I don't think he was a passer, but I just thought of someone.
there's no way it was.
He only averaged over double-digit assists twice in his career.
There's no way it was Leon.
So this is a tough
hold
one.
on. It was what's his name? I'm thinking one of the Fab Five from Michigan, Rose. But Leon Rose is the baseball player, I think, though.
Jalen Rose, you're thinking.
Yeah, you're thinking
Jalen Rose.
Incorrect. But
All right, wait.
you're in the
Before you
right
say
track,
it,
I think.
before you say it, though,
Yeah.
you say it, is it Kenny Smith?
No.
No,
But you guys
okay.
are on the right track. Mark Jackson.
Mark
Oh,
Jackson.
wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Jackson.
So he
Okay.
spent Mark Jackson 11.4 assists that year. He spent
All
that
right.
season on Denver 52 games, averaged 12.3 assists, then was traded to Indiana, averaged 9.8 to narrowly edge out the rest of the field for the league leading assists. Only his second season at that point that he averaged over 10 a game, and that was the only time he ever did. So kind of an anomaly for him. But yeah, like definitely a tougher one. So I take the win today. I try not to make him too tough, but I wanted to have a little bit of variety in there. So
I'll say you're good.
No, it's not bad.
My goal last time was to make the trivia segment John's personal misery session. But he ended up beating me more than I beat him, so it didn't work out too well.
Whenever I can't think of somebody from the early 2000s, for some reason, I've done this twice now. I've just defaulted to like a Packers player from the 80s. Have you noticed this? I've done this twice.
Who's no longer alive?
Who's no longer alive? No, Sterling Sharp is alive.
Oh, he's alive. Yeah.
But I literally have done this twice now. They asked me who the first defensive player to be drafted in the 2000s first overall was last season, and I literally sat there, tanked for so long, couldn't think of anything, and said Reggie Bush. I was like, or not Reggie Bush, Reggie White. I mean, yeah, Reggie White.
But it was Mario
Sorry,
Williams.
it wasn't that bad. I didn't say Reggie Bush is a fucking offensive player, but I said Reggie White. I couldn't think of anything, and I was like, whatever. So for some reason, I default to Packers legends from the 80s is what I default to if I can't think of anything.
That's hilarious.
It's very funny.
Yeah, the other one. So I'll put away the other two questions. The other one I had was most career kickoff return touchdowns. I think it's pretty easy
Devin
because
Hester.
it happened pretty recently.
No. Kickoff return is Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, Cordell Patterson. And then the other one was one. I think it would have been easier just because you can narrow it down. But they scored 21 points in Game 6. So this wouldn't have been only a point, I guess. But scored 21 points in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Final to clinch the Eastern Conference title in 2004.
In 2004, I guess it's either
Pistons.
It's either Chauncey Billups or Rip Hamilton.
Oh.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's Rip. So that would have been an easier one because you can narrow down the team. But
I think I would have gone Hamilton.
Those are the two gimmies, and so I held them in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Bro, the Bears are fucked. They just got the ball back with like 9 seconds left, and I don't think they just got a penalty on the first play they did.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going like, why don't you onside it there? That's what I'm saying. Like, that was your best case scenario, was getting the ball back here. You had one timeout. What is that? That's such a bizarre decision-making process. Like, kind of looks pretty bad as a head coach. Like, Ben Johnson, I don't know, head coach is clock management.
They got 12 penalties for 127 yards. They got
that's rough, man.
Yeah, it's
kinda
not a good look on the
sloppy.
coach. Oof. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All
Maybe the Lions aren't missing out on too much. Who knows? We'll find out. But check this out, guys. Check this out.
Good game.
Good game. Oh, yeah.
We just played a game.
I didn't win, so
yeah. Good job, guys.
The whole idea.
I get the win.
Like I told my coaches, if I didn't win, man, it wasn't that fun. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'll win. I'll win next time. Don't worry. Johnny, go easy on me with this game next week. But check this out, guys. It's time for Instant Replay, where we get behind the booth for when our viewers need coverage on the biggest stories in sports from a different angle. Now, not as much as we usually have, guys, today, but a couple interesting things to talk about. Lamar Jackson and a Bills fan get into it after DeAndre Hopkins touchdown. I don't know if you saw it, but he'd hit the helmet of DeAndre Hopkins, and Lamar Jackson pushed him, or either he hit Lamar's helmet, one of the two, but Lamar pushed him. Fan is banned indefinitely from all NFL stadiums. Guys, is this a big deal, or is this no big deal?
It's no big deal for Lamar. This is normal stuff here. If you bop a grown man on the head, he gets to hit you. You don't get to bop a grown man on the head that you don't know. A stranger, like him and DeAndre Hopkins are walking by and he bopped them both on the head, like he was smashing a buzzer in Family Feud. You don't get to do that. And yeah, that's why they didn't throw Lamar out of the game and he didn't get in trouble for it, because that's just, you violated a human rule. So yeah, the guy deserved to get shoved, and he's lucky he didn't get knocked out.
I think it was a kid, bro.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. You don't get to pop a grown man on the head.
Teach him young.
And retaliation. I love the argument that, oh, you're a professional athlete, you're not allowed to retaliate. Okay, I'm still human, and if some dude takes a swing or a bop,
do you
retaliate.
Do you think that you make it to the top of your career in any field and you get there by just letting people do whatever the fuck they want to you?
Yeah, seriously.
It shows like a lack of boundaries.
More likely to get mad than an average person.
Yeah.
They're like, you just
it's dehumanizing.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I
think it's kind of wild. I wouldn't be surprised if the league did say something or, do something to some degree with Lamar. I don't think he'll be suspended, but he got fined for swearing in a post-game conference, bro. You don't think they're going to fine him for this?
They better not.
Self-defense.
Hey, I tell you what. Listen, we'll cover that fine for you, Lamar. Just hit us with the bill. Johnny's Cash App coming soon.
Yeah, send the request.
Bill Belichick, guys, in the New England Patriots are beefing. So, a couple different stories going back and forth over the last 4 or 5 days. But essentially, Bill Belichick, from his words, the North Carolina staffer's words, is that he is no longer allowed at the Patriots' facilities. And since they're not essentially, he's not allowed at their facilities, he says, you know what, you guys are no longer allowed at my facility. And so in North Carolina, has banned New England Patriots scouts from viewing players in North Carolina facilities. Not saying they can't view them, on visits for the draft, things like that, but they're no longer allowed at the facilities. Is this petty, guys, or does either side have a point to this?
Can I be honest with you, man? You know what I think about this story? And anything Bill Belichick related at this point? Wow. Damn, that's crazy. Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Damn.
Whoa.
I agree 100%. That's all I got to say as well.
Yeah. Kawhi Leonard, guys. Did you guys hear about that?
Yes.
Kawhi Leonard
Yeah,
scandal.
of course.
Kawhi Leonard scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers getting around the salary cap illegally, through stock options.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, watch out. You don't want Ballmer suing you.
Listen, I'm not first in his list. I promise you that. We'll be there, but we'll be towards the back. He ain't getting much.
He's going on this press tour now to make sure his name's not getting dragged through the mud.
My question is this: if this all comes out and we find out this is true, does this alter Kawhi Leonard, his career, and how we view him? Going from the fun guy in Toronto, to load management and Mr. Illegal Salary.
No, that is nothing, and I guarantee you every star does this.
You think?
I literally
agree. Absolutely.
You think
This is Reggie Bush getting his Heisman taken away. That's what this is. It's a witch hunt on one player that got caught, but everyone does it. I guarantee you.
There's no way that this is the only person that's ever done this.
Okay,
everyone does.
But how deep it goes, though? I mean, like, this company is literally one of the owners' companies. That is,
bro. I promise you.
Man,
I promise you, everyone does this.
It was a startup, and they're like in trouble in real life for fraud, and now they're uncovering this like underneath it. It's.
They called him fun guy, but he could be fraud guy. I don't know.
It doesn't affect what I think about Kawhi or anyone. I just hope that I just don't even know what the NBA can do. Like, how do you even punish them? I feel like anything's going to feel.
You just fine a man that has $200 billion, and what do you fine him? It doesn't matter. He'll pay it, and it doesn't matter. So who cares? Like, I
don't think there's any punishment that is. Like I said, it's either going to be like too harsh, or it's just not going to. You're going to be like, okay, that doesn't really do anything. Like, I don't think there's anywhere where it's like that feels appropriate. So I don't know. I think it's kind of a non-story from that end because I just don't think there's going to be anything that they're going to be able to do that's going to fix it.
Shout out Pablo Torre, but this is about as big of a nothing burger as it gets.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a big deal, but it's also like I said, I just don't know what you can do.
Yeah.
So there is a precedent for this, guys. So, back in the 1990s, I forget his name, but they did actually heavily fine a player in a team for a similar situation, not exactly the same. There is a precedent for punishment, but I don't think it's a huge deal. I think salary caps are stupid to begin with. Not entirely. You need them to a degree, but I think they should be more flexible than they are. They shouldn't. I don't think they should all be like baseball, but like they shouldn't be like what they are. They should be a little more flexible anyway. Similar how the NFL. I mean, isn't that kind of just like the NFL when they're doing these deals where they just kick the money down the curb? Wasn't that something that was kind of loophole in the beginning?
I mean, you can do it in the NBA. You look at Dame.
Right. So it's like I don't know. Yeah. It's just another way to find funds. So. And all these owners are billionaires. All these owners are billionaires. They all own companies, so they all, in theory, could do it. So it's not like it's
like we said. It's not. And also, who's stopping Steve Ballmer from just giving Kawhi Leonard?
Right, just give him a little.
Give him
a little Christmas.
You know what I mean? Like just like
that's why it's a nothing. It's a nothing story.
But anyway, guys, we're gonna move along. Monday night, it just wrapped up, guys. Monday night game. The Minnesota Vikings, they win 27-24, scoring 21 points in the fourth quarter. J.J. McCarthy comes alive at the end. What are your guys' initial reactions? No, you didn't watch a ton of the game, neither did I. What's your initial reactions to the score? Anything?
I've had it right here in front of my face the whole time. But yeah.
Kind of a yikes for the Bears.
Yeah, they came out and it looked like, oh man, Ben Johnson's that guy, and Caleb Williams is fixed, and he looks like he's got a flow to the whole thing. Caleb Williams does look better. The O-line does look slightly improved, but it fell off really quick how effectively that offense was moving. But I also think that their run game is ass right now, and DeAndre Swift is not the guy, and that maybe we're going to see Ben Johnson experiment around a bit with Kyle Manongi and Roshan Johnson once he's back from injury.
They should have traded for Tut.
For Tank.
Yeah, Tank. It would have been not too bad.
Hold on, it was so they still got Tut then. They kept Tut and got rid of Tank.
Yeah.
Wow, they really believe in Tut like that? Because Tank was the.
I don't know. Maybe they believe in ETN again. He had a great game this weekend.
Yeah, I think it's more of an ETN thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah, all that to be said,
for 53. Oof.
Yeah, they might be thinking like this is Tank's peak value right now. Like he had a good season last year. We like what we have with ETN. We just drafted a guy. Let's just move on now.
And it's not like they sold him for a lot. Not that a 5th round, a 6th round pick can't be anything, but that's not a
Yeah, it took a bit for McCarthy to get comfortable, but it seems like by the end of the game he was comfortable. He was moving,
so you
grooving,
change your opinion on him?
airing it out. I'm still shaky, but
better than Tua.
He looked a lot better by the end than he did at the beginning.
I think for me, this solidifies my opinions that neither are going to be really relevant in the NFC picture this year.
I
think they might, win. Like I could see either of them win, 7 or 8 games, but I don't know that it's going to get better than that for either of them.
I think exactly the same thing. I had the other 2 teams in this division in the playoffs, and I don't have these 2.
The Bears had a 92% chance to win going into the 4th quarter, too.
That's tough. That's kind of wild, though. It was only 17-6.
They probably weren't betting on the Vikings scoring many more points.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean,
they probably thought. Honestly, I thought 17 might win it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
But no, Vikings. We'll have to. Jury's still out on JJ McCarthy. I'm a Ohio State fan, so I'm not a huge Michigan guy, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. But Ben Johnson, man, disappointing. He's letting me down tonight. I've been big believer, been big hopes this year. They're my NFC North champion, and this is how they start. So, we'll see. We'll see. But I do think they look cleaner, though. The Bears do look cleaner overall. They just got to fine-tune some details. But we're going to wrap this up, guys. We're going to wrap up. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Remember, without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. It's Johnny. It's Caleb. It's Coogii. Thank you for watching Couch Coach. We'll see you guys Friday morning.
Good night, everybody.